What's up? That's up McTruder doing a live stream with some fucking killer ass weed to smoke here. I should wait till some kiddies get in, but I might as well just start the video talking because if you end up keeping the live stream at least, yeah, you'll have somebody talking. So this shit's called True Barrymore. OG. It's 20.41% THC. And CBD is 0.04 CBD. Somebody was in here, but they left. And then I'm going to talk about the, what was it called? I'll try to wait till somebody comes in. Maybe they'll come in. I wanted to talk about, I wanted to see if you wanted to, I was going to do a review on something, but I don't want to pay for it. Just by looking at it, it looks kind of retarded. It's a longboard attachment to your trucks. And I'm going to tell you what I think just on observation of it, okay? So whoever's popping in and out of chat, really doesn't matter at this point. I'm just going to go into it. It's called the waterborne truck adapter. It's called the waterborne truck adapter. That's what it's called. And it's 5 pounds. So if you put it on your trucks, it's going to make your the whole thing weigh 5 pounds on your board. It'll be a heavy board. So I was thinking it might be cool because it gives you more of a carb, more of a surf style, but no, it's not cool. It's not cool for a longboarder that goes downhill. Anyway, so what was the deal was I was talking to a neighbor, this kid's longboard and shit, and I guess he was telling me about it. And so I was like interested. I thought it was just some new truck at first, but really it's just an adapter for a longboard truck. Okay, so here's my longboard, right? Now my longboard is already high. It's already high. Look at how high those fucking risers are, right? And so I was like, well, I would like to turn quicker, I guess, in some circumstances, but no, I don't. Upon looking at the waterborne surf truck adapter, I can tell you this, and my hair is dirty from skateboarding. I just got in and dried it with a towel, so I apologize. It's so fucking, a Kiwi truck is bulky, all right? But this waterborne truck adapter is bulky too, and there's no way you could I don't think anyone could go fast on it. No, you'd probably get speed wobbles there. I haven't seen one person do a fast downhill on a waterborne truck adapter. So I was looking on YouTube and there's no one that will because you don't want to turn radius like that when you're going super fast. You might fucking hit and it'll high side like a motherfucker. The shit sits about this high, so no way would I want that fucking thing on my goddamn board. I apologize to my neighbor. He was nice enough to tell me about it. That's it. I would never use it though. Yes, you could get a radius turn that's just unlike any fucking turn. They're more like surfing. But you would only want to use a skateboard like that, a longboard or a pennyboard, whatever I'm not pennyboard, but I forget what they call them, the 26-inch boards or whatever. And just, try to carve around small hills and stuff. Yeah, it'd probably be pretty cool. But I haven't seen one fucking person slide on it. Why is that? Why is it that on the waterborne truck adapter, no one has fucking slid on them yet? That I have seen on YouTube. Maybe I haven't seen the video that's out there. It may exist, it may not. If there is somebody who has slid on a waterborne truck adapter, I haven't seen it on YouTube. So on my board, it's high already, all right? But on one of those, it's gonna be about an inch or two higher. So no way do I wanna be sitting this high up on a skateboard going super fast down the hill. No fucking way. Unless, of course, it was designed specifically to go fast and high like that. But no, I wouldn't trust anything that high going fast. So I have to say to my neighbor, no, I would not try the waterborne truck adapter for that reason, because it would just topside. That's what I meant to say, not high side. I guess topside is the word. Topside. It would topside all the time. There's no way you're gonna find someone sliding on those. So I'm starting to wonder if my neighbor told me about that for malicious reasons. Seriously. Because you can't, there's nobody on YouTube going fast on them. They're basically for cruising around, you know, on relatively small hills and stuff. That may be fun for a novice skateboarder or an old man. I'm an old man, but I'm not a pussy old man. So I fucked with the real shit, okay? Now my shit's real basic. Any normal high-speed longboard would laugh at my Atlas trucks and my fucking risers and go, that guy's crazy. He needs this, this, and that. You know, he needs like $500 trucks. He doesn't need that. And they'd probably be right. They'd be right, okay? I probably do want to get some $500 trucks or something. I do need to hold my lines a little more. But today, when I was out practicing slow speed, I was actually hitting my slide inertias just perfect, and I was reading the ground really good, which means, you know, you're seeing the aggregate sands and pebbles, and you're seeing where they're at the most and where they're at the less. That's always going to help you when you're trying to cut into carving into a partial slide, just to slow down a little, because you want more grip when you do that. Now, even with these wheels that are super grippy, these huge fucking Kogwama limited edition, orangutan Kogwama limited edition, when you're trying that, you know, these things will actually do well in gravel. So I like how these fucking tires are in gravel. But do I like heavy gravel? No, because then you start sliding like you're on ball bearing, like you're on a roller, conveyor rollers. No, I don't like that feeling. When I slide, I want to feel the goddamn pavement. So I'm using really sticky tires, and there's a lot of gravel still out here today. Even though the street cleaner came by and I swept on the down part of the hill, I didn't, it rained again and more gravel came down. So when you're riding in shit like that, you have no choice. But the thing I have noticed is when I'm riding these simple Atlas trucks with these risers and these wheels, they really do feel like I can control when I'm just jacking into position to slide and pulling back. I will tell you that in this gravelly terrain that is currently around here, you know, I'm more adapted now through about the year and a month that I've been practicing longboard, learning how. And I've noticed that the fucking ability that I have to predict the sands from eyes alone, how thick is the sand, how this is getting way better. So when you start longboarding, that's the first thing you should do. I didn't really pay much attention to that when I first started. I just wanted to learn how to fucking ride the board, you know? But when you start longboarding, the first thing you want to do is read the ground. You know, not like a tarot card fucking reader either. I mean, you have to literally have good eyesight. Good glasses, good eyesight, you have to. So whenever I do longboard, I do like to, I do, and I have gone at night, but my preference is just, you know, daytime. So where I can see shit, everything has to be clear and crystal clear. I don't want to miss one fucking pebble if I'm jacking into slide. It's just a simple pebble. Won't knock you off a skateboard these days, unless you don't know what the fuck you're doing. But when you're sliding and you see a pebble, you can avoid sliding right away and let the pebble go under the tire first and then slide. That's the key to longboarding. You don't want to jack into a slide using one pebble, because it could, like a roller conveyor belt, it'll just fucking slide out unless you got enough slide going into the tire, which means you'll probably have to push your front truck as hard as you can with all your weight just to make it balance a little bit. If you do by accident hit that pebble. So reading the ground is very important. Having the right tires for the right surfaces is extremely fucking important. So I'm very happy I got these Kogwama limited editions. These are mostly a dance wheel, but I make them work for high speed. And you know what's good about them is even on rough terrain, they just go right over cracks and shit, you know, that you don't see. If you're trying to avoid a crack, I'm the kind of guy who will carve into a crack, and that way I'll avoid it that way. I don't like to hop around with my skateboard up and off the ground and shit too much. I don't do that. I can't even get down that far because my back and degeneration I have. I'm 56, so I have to pay attention to all that. But in the meantime, just with simple trucks, risers aren't the best. But I have to use them because of these wheels. unless I had a board that just had gigantic, whatever you call these, fenders, to just open up for the wheel. I really don't, I have to use these risers for now, until I get some really expensive trucks and shit. But yeah, I was just out there, I should have filmed myself because I'm not longboarding with Lenny or anything, but you know, when I do jack into position, you can tell I have complete control of the fucking skateboard. And that's the key. It doesn't matter about all the sliding, you know, initially anyway. You're just trying to manage the skateboard, and that's the key. So this live stream is just kind of like multiple topics. So I guess I could change the topic. I was talking about the, you know, truck adapter. It sucks. Not for downhill, man. That'll get somebody killed. That truck adapter will get somebody killed. Yeah, you get a lot of radius turn, but you'll get killed trying to pull into a slide on a skateboard that's that high off the fucking ground. No. So I, you know, my neighbor was, I guess, either trying to be nice or malicious. But I'm not stupid. You know, I'm not from fucking some fucking you know, inbred fucking country or something. So I you know, I use common sense. There's no way I would use something like that. Now, redesigning one would be interesting. One of those kind, maybe trying to make it set up for a skateboard in a way that makes it not as high off the ground would be a genius. No one's done it yet, but if they're, you know, instead of just the adapter, they should make a truck like that that is designed to be flatter, closer to the ground. That's it. And it would probably be doable, but you know what? I have a feeling because of the radius and the way the skateboard moves, really the action's really high, and it doesn't seem, even though it does have extra bushings and shit added to it, the truck adapter would be nothing I would want to really fuck with. There'd be too much going on there. Too much action on the sides like that would mean you'd probably get some speed wobble or something. I see no one's tried one going fast, so that's into that. We're done with that story. I just wanted to reiterate. Now this weed is killer. Can I get a good view up here on this thing, on this bitch? Smells fucking awesome. Oh my God. Yeah, you know what, around here, man, we just fucking, you know, today there's so much weed available, everybody just barters a little here and there. They get their fucking medical marijuana and then they barter, or they're just whatever, recreational weed. They just barter back and forth. Fucking cops don't come after them. So, you know, I mean, that's how it is. You know? Ooh, put it in the wrong fucking pipe. That pipe's clogged. So whoever's in chat, hello. I see you've been in here for a fucking while. I didn't even mention you. Afraid they might cause you to leave. You know, don't mention the chat or two people ain't gonna leave. Seriously. But thank you for whoever it is. And if you are there, say something. If you're Robert, say something. Whoever you are, say something. I'm cool. Everybody knows I'm cool. And my objective in life is to master my longboard. When I say master it, sorry, very expando weed. I want to be able to master it, you know, circumstance within the confines of decent, usable hardware. Let's just keep on the skateboard topic for now. You know, it doesn't have to be top of the line. If you can handle fucking with something the way it is, you know, why change it, right? So just to help out those who are youngsters and don't have the money to buy expensive trucks for their skateboard, then, you know, think about that, you know. So anyway, so I got a pretty big board for my board. My board is 46 inches and wheelbase, I don't know what it is. It's probably about 32 inches or something. You know, I mean, not the wheelbase. I don't know what you call it, between the two wheels, that way. You know, it's about that way, and then the board's about this fucking long. I'm kind of stupid on all that shit, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. Why would I lie to you? You know, I'm only a year and a month into this shit. I really don't know jack shit. I'm learning things every day on the longboard. I watch everybody I can. Longboarding with Lenny, one word. I watch, let's see what I watch. Oh, I don't want to do that. I might cut off the video. No, oh yeah, I can do it right here on my phone. I watch, I don't know if I got my favorites pegged on my phone or not. I don't think I do, but it doesn't matter. I'll just name some. S1 helmets, everyone knows them for downhill longboarding. What I like about longboarding with Lenny is he's not going super fast, and he shows you all the sliding capabilities at a slower speed. I don't know, maybe he'll do faster speeds or something in the future. In the meantime, he does really good at it. One thing I can say is I have learned how to shift my shoulders and my arms when I'm really trying to concentrate a lot better. And what I'll do also, I'll tighten my fists when I'm trying to manage, and I'll start to tighten my lats and my abdomen when I'm trying to get a lot of what you call, just a good tight reaction, rubbery reaction. So you can bend and twist, quick back to this position, quick back to that position. And it helps you stay on the skateboard, and it helps you plan your movements better. And it makes you feel more confident on the skateboard. So what I'll do is I'll hold fists out and I'll fucking tighten up, man. I'll tighten up and I'll just, I'll fucking, I'll loosen up a little, but I like that tight feeling down there in the midriff and shit. You make it feel like, rubber down there to where it'll bounce back and shit. And you will notice you'll get better at handling your fucking longboard. Now, when I don't do that, I can handle it too. But it just doesn't always feel good to carve without paying close attention to your upper half. So it's better to, look a little more like a dancer anyway when you're trying to do slides and shit with your shoulders anyway, and your midriff and your lats tightening up all at once. What it'll also do is it'll help you stay in shape, because when you come home and after 5 days of that, you'll look at yourself and you lost 5 pounds and your stomach looks smaller. That's the truth, because you're using isometrics, and also when you land, you don't want to land with your muscles all flopping around like a piece of meat. I had a crash not long ago, and I kind of did like that, and I looked at it over video, and I said, that was just the way I handled that wreck was kind of fucked up. I landed and just plopped like a big chunk of meat, and I didn't like that. So the next time I plop, I want to have some rigidity up here, not to break my bones, but enough to, understand what kind of tumbling I'm going to be doing and kind of roll with it, to just flop like a piece of meat on the fucking ground. That's embarrassing. You can't really, sometimes it's unavoidable, but you don't want to do that, because that's how you get broken bones. So I'm still talking about skateboarding. I apologize. I'm high now. And I don't encourage smoking weed if you're skateboarding. I mean, I smoked it since I was 5 years old. Barely. I started when I was 5, but I mean, I got into it really heavy when I was like seven. When I was 7, not 7. When I was 7 years old, I got into it heavy because it was easy to access. I smoked weed all day long. I ran out. It got dry all the time in Missouri, but that's just how it was. You go months without finding a bag of weed in Missouri. It was embarrassing back then. It's just the way everything happened and came about. One time they sprayed it with paraquat when we were all smoking it for months anyway. Fucking had paraquat from President Nixon or Ford or whoever the fuck that was that did that. And but yeah, I don't encourage doing drugs when you're doing longboarding. It's not something I would encourage. I'm just from an early age, I'm bent into all this shit. Don't follow me. And my example is smoking weed and shit. It ain't cool. But and that goes for anyone who has a YouTube channel. Hey Brenda, cheers, man. What do you mean something? That's the weirdest comment, Brenda. It's so vague, and it's almost like you did it on purpose. Let me take some of this light down. That's too bright. Hold on a second. God, that fucking light is a little too bright. Something. I don't know what that means. Something. I'm trying to figure you out right now, Brendan. It's not making any sense. But anyway, so, God, this weed's kick ass too. I'm so glad I got neighbors. Like, we got neighbors. Neighbors help neighbors. Oh, I did? Okay. Funny, Brenda. I said say something, and I forgot that I said say something. What's up? But anyway, so how are you doing, Brenda? You doing all right? You doing all right? I just thought I'd take a breather right there. There's a slight delay when you're talking to people on the East Coast, I think, or I'm not sure how it works, but if you ever go to somebody's live stream, you'll start noticing that. There's a huge delay in the amount of time before they reach it or some shit. I don't know, because I'll notice that. They'll read my question like after I said it like 20 minutes ago or something. Yeah, there is. It's kind of like a weird delay. I'm glad you're on, Brendan, because no one else is right now. And well, there's two people in. So there's two. There's one that's not talking, but they're cool. I mean, they're not saying anything rude or anything. They're just sitting there. Yeah, there is a delay on all live streams, for those who don't know. But anyway, so talking about the longboarding again, because why not? Brenda's here, and she's very friendly to talk to. So let's talk about like Brenda, if you were like at the age that you learned roller skating, you would love this longboarding, especially if you had somebody like me teach you. Yeah, you'd love it. You'd love it. You would love skate longboarding. You'd have to have someone show you though. That's all. If you roller skated, you could do this. It's simple. And there's a reason why people do stuff like surfing on the ocean. It's because you can do it. You can actually do it. You could even surf, Brenda, if you wanted to. If you could even surf, Brenda, if you wanted to, and by going to surf school in the ocean, you wouldn't have an issue. Well, I don't know how good you swim, Brenda, but yeah, if you can swim, you can surf. You can even learn how to body surf. But body surfing, I don't see too many girls because of the boobs. But you know what? Who knows? That might actually help you body surf, if they're not too big. You know what I mean? Sharks are there, yeah. But you got to remember this. You're not dead yet. So if a shark comes, you hit it in the nose. That's how that works. You don't always know when they're going to attack, so you try to look in the water at all times. You can see about 5 feet down in the ocean. So you're about 5, most people are around that size, somewhere around that size, so you should be able to see a shark coming. Now, sometimes the ocean gets kind of churned, and that's scary to surf in. When it's churned, yeah, that is scary, Brenda, because when it churns, it's a lot of sand rotating all the time, and you can't see the shark. So, yeah, I don't like that. No, I'm not a fan of that. Matter of fact, Robert Mirabilio took me one time to someplace in Long Beach or somewhere where the waves crash together like that. And he was trying to get me out, go out far, and I couldn't because there's too much debris in the ocean. The waves are crashing into each other from two angles. And it's like, I didn't even want to catch a wave like that. So I just said, and plus they kept rolling in one after the other on top of the other waves. That's how quick they were rolling in. So they were too close together and they were big. And when they're too close together and big like that, it's not exactly the best surfing material. Yeah, I know. But do you swim? I asked. Hey, there was only about a 7-second delay because you answered me yes in 7 seconds. So we know for the fact that's only about a 7-second delay. That's cool. That's cool. Do you know how to swim good or just average? Probably average. Here, I'll tell you a story, Brenda. Whoever else is in here might like this story. I don't know. I one time went to the Lake Mead with my mom and my brother Dennis when he was alive. And we went there and there were some kids swimming around and their parents were not fucking watching them. And so the kids were just like kids. They didn't pay any attention to their parents. So I started to pay attention to see what are they doing because they were starting to swim out towards the wind was blowing their inner tube. One of them got away and it was starting to blow it outward to the lake. So I saw the kids swimming for it. I said, no. I jumped up and I took off sprinting and I jumped in before they could swim out too much, like Tarzan, swam past them and said, go back to shore, swam, got the freaking inner tube. They went about 100 yards. I thought, no, 50 yards, but I mean, I'm exaggerating, but it was just fucking, when I got back, Linda, I fucking puked. I puked and the kids were safe. The kids were safe, and I just said, go back to your parents, for God's sakes, you know. But it scared the living shit out of me because those kids actually swam out pretty far, and they didn't have nothing. It was deep down out there. So yeah, my instincts kicked in. Yeah, okay, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying it got my instincts kicked in, but I puked. Yeah, I puked all over the place. Went in the car and shit. We left right away because I got nauseous. Because back then I smoked cigarettes and who knows what kind of, maybe I was dehydrated. But yeah, I don't let shit like that go down. One time, 2 of my dogs fell in freezing cold water. That was in a public pool with the fence broken open or some shit. My dogs went in there, slipped in, and then when they were trying to get up, they couldn't because the snow ice like was over the edge and like a shelf like that. So they were trying to get above it and could not. So I don't even remember what the fuck happened, but the next thing I know, my dogs are out and they're okay. They're shaking off the water and I'm like, my heart was pounding 1,000,000 miles an hour. Yeah, it could have been nerves. It could have been. What really gets me is when there's no parents watching. That was the main thing that tripped me out. I was like, I was like, oh shit. I was like, fuck, man, I jumped into action. I don't play. I don't care. Sure, I ain't a perfect person. I got all kinds of issues, but I'm not going to let some life be lost for no reason. But you know what? I think everything would have turned out okay. I ain't gonna lie. The kids were pretty good at swimming. They weren't horrible at it. So I was glad of that. They were only this big. They were only like fucking 3 or 4. What? Oh, yeah. Nerves, yeah. But it wasn't nerves. It wasn't nerves. My adrenaline and everything was just so jacked into position to go get that inner tube and get the kids back first. I was ready to bring the kids back, but they could swim pretty good. So I just said, okay, goddamn, they can swim all right. So I went and got the goddamn inner tube. But that took a long time because the wind was blowing it out in the lake. I felt like I was trying to save a life just for the inner tube, Brenda. It's crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. Hey, I've been out skateboarding. What do you expect? I feel like a little bit like how a lizard looks. I got some contoured shading on the sides, and I'm like a lizard. No, I shouldn't say that. Icky, what's his name? That guy claims that everybody's a fucking lizard person, like from the old series V or whatever. Do you remember V, Brenda? Do you remember that show, V? She must have walked away. She's there, but I don't know what's up with her. There's a delay. Oh, it was where the people were lizards underneath, Brenda. They came from space and they were like, "Hey, we're all good, bro." You know, they look like humans, but there were lizards underneath. Come on, Brenda, you remember that. You probably even remember Buck Rogers and fucking, all that shit. I'm not talking about the original Buck Rogers, but yeah, you're probably that old too. Whoops, sorry. I'm sorry, Brenda. Okay. I was being a little bit cruel, but not so much that we're going to be mad at each other, right? You're a pretty woman. You're all good. Yeah, you probably didn't watch a lot of stuff. Who knows? I never asked you too much about that, I don't think. About, like, what did you watch? You probably watched soap operas. I know. You probably watched soap operas. Let's see if you watch soap operas. I'm asking. Still do. There you go. Look, I didn't. I had a feeling. Did you used to watch General Hospital? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11-second delay. Hey, Brenda, you're making my live stream roll smooth. Are you going to get busy or what? Or you just have time to talk, or what's the deal? Anyway, so I was talking about longboarding. I'm done with talking about longboarding. Oh, okay, yeah, because it's like, well, what time is it? I can't see the timer. Oh, it's yeah, I believe it. Yeah, Brenda, whenever you need to, check out, just let me know. You're probably about to go right now. Thanks for keeping me company, Brenda. Appreciate it. Yes, I do, James. I don't know. Maybe you're just saying yes, I do to wherever I said. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes people answer weird, Brenda, and sometimes you answer weird. But whenever you have to check out is all I'm saying. You're allowed to do it at any time. Anyway, so I was out there doing some skateboarding. I'll just continue the stream as if Brenda is still there. She is still there, but and I was jacking my board to the side, and it was sliding only about, swear to God, only about 2-3 inches, but it felt really good and slowed the board down good. You know what? I'm good at that. I am good at those little teeny ass fucking slides. Teeny. We're talking micro slides. And you know what? They're good enough to slow the goddamn. All right. See ya, Brenda. So yeah, it's just like really easy to control my skateboard nowadays. It's just like with these wheels, I think the setup I got now is pretty much, I don't know if I would necessarily be able to get out of a scenario though with them just because it feels good. If I'm going side to side with these big wheels were kind of more, I don't know, I guess you can do whatever you want with wheels, but I do a lot of side to side with big wheels. I don't know too many people who do that unless they're going slow. And I go fast and side to side pretty much, so sometimes, but they grip good for that. So I guess you could say I have my wheels for a reason. I might use these in the future. You know, this is an unheard of downhill wheel. Yeah, orangutan kuguama is kind of like something, you know, that not a lot of people use. Now, if you do see light blue tires on a skateboard, if they're big, you'll probably know they're either Kegels, whatever duramater that is, and then or these orangutan. I'm high off the reef. Kagumas. So, and these fucking things are, you know, really sticky. So like when I'm busting into my slide, I feel even if there's a little gravel, I can manage my little mini slide real fucking easy with them because of that. You know, because they're so grippy, you can feel the grip coming through the skateboard to your feet. It says, hey, bitch, I'm grippy. That's what these, god damn, my hair is really bothering me right here. Hold on a second. It's a knot trying to form over here. All right. And it just feels like it's just jacking into position and then saying, hey, bro, no problem, pull back. You know, after it slides a little, it's like, no problem, pull back. Like, that's what it speaks to me. Even though the trucks could be better, those wheels feel like, they can handle a whole bunch. I can run over, you know, a lot of dirt and gravel with those things. The only thing is, you know, I don't like the feeling of being, like I said, on a goddamn conveyor belt of rollers when I hit a bunch of gravel. So if I see a bunch of gravel, I'll check this out. I'll go straight over it. Then I might find some grippy shit where there is not a lot of gravel, maybe just a tad of sand. Then I'll start to jack into a little bit of a slide to brake if need be. That's how I fuck with these wheels. And you know what? To date, they haven't even started cloning. I think it's because of the style I use. It uses such micro slides that the wheels just don't cone quick. When I got big ones, especially like these. Now I had some other seismics. They were huge. They were wide as fuck. They're like this fucking wide. And they're still good wheels, but they got a giant chip out of them. And the duramater was like 86, I think, on those. The duramater was 86. They were yellows. And they were supposed to be really sliding, you know, pretty slidey and all that, but no, it took a chunk of that shit off. So if you have tires that are too big, it won't matter that you have a strong tire of your thing, it'll fucking chip occasionally. You hit the wrong kind of shit, that shit will just break right off. See, now they don't have the lip on them though. Those seismics just had like, they were fucking, that's why it got eat up like that. So when you have a tire, a skateboard, a longboard wheel that has something with no lip like that on the edge, that means when you push, you know, pitch in the slide, you have a chance of taking chunks off your skateboard wheel. All right, see you later, Brenda. But this one, these, strangely enough, because these orangutan kugumas have not chipped, I'm amazed by them. They're dense wheels. They're really big. Yeah, you can use them as downhill wheels. They handle aggregate that's rough way better. And I have some out here. And, you can go fast on these and feel real tight. They hold your line just from the wheels. The wheels make you feel real confident. And because of the lip on them, you know, they don't chip. They don't even chip. You know, these fucking wheels don't even chip. I mean, I've had them for a while. I haven't started cooling or nothing. Tell me, does that look like it's coning? Does that look like it's coning? I've had these fucking wheels on here for a couple months. I've been using them wherever I go and a few downhill runs too. And however, they are new and they're, still new, kind of pretty new actually, since I don't use them that much. But I mean, I could skateboard a lot more. I just went out and practiced because I like the feel I'm getting when I do my twisting now on my longboard. And a lot of the guys, they like the shorter boards. I forget what they call those goddamn things. They're about 26 inches. They're not very big. I don't like those. My wheelbase are between each truck is already far apart, and I feel confident with it like that. Because when I push into a slide, I can pull back with the nose better with a longer board. I have a feeling that, the guys with the short boards probably think that of the short board, so it's no big deal. I have a better feel for my board when it's longer. It feels more like surfing to me, like on a wave. And, I like trying to reposition my back foot without having to flatten it down sideways like some of those guys do when they tuck really low and they're pushing into a standing slide while they're tucked. Those guys get their foot flat. I don't know if I can do that. So I'm one of those skateboarders who doesn't, and I just manipulate my back foot the way it feels comfortable, and then I fuck with it that way. I'm almost standing up all the time. Yeah, I don't really tuck much in my turns. I ain't gonna lie, guys. I don't fucking tuck much in sometimes I do. It depends on what kind of turn we're talking about. But yeah, I just want to be a different kind of skateboarder. No offense to anyone. I just don't want to necessarily have to slide along anyway. I'm a heavy fucker. I'm like 200 pounds. I don't like to hit the ground, man, period. I don't want to. And so what I do is I act like, somehow I'm centering with everything by standing up. It might cause me some wrecks. It might be an unfriendly thought for myself to do stuff like that to myself, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to try to make myself a professional in everything I do. Doesn't matter. I got fake knees. I'm 56. I can still do this shit. And I just started. When I was young, the skateboards couldn't do any of this shit. The trucks would fall apart. The goddamn trucks would fall apart before. Even the wheels would, everything would just be way too hot, and the urethane would just melt right off the casing. And you'd have no tires, and you'd crash. So I only had a year and a half into it. I just went real slow. I didn't go too fast on them because the tires would melt when you go fast on them. So anyway, 5 years ago, somebody told me, just reiterating how to do a longboard, and I said, wow, these are the bearings you need, this, that, and that. I don't even have built-in spacers. Okay, guys, I just have it regular old school. I feel it pretty good too. It does feel like it sometimes I lose my line. Sometimes it's slow speed too, just because you're dealing with risers, soft risers. You're dealing with some hard risers. And when you got stuff like that going on underneath the board, you got to remember the screws in there are also tilting slightly every time you do that shit. So I only did that because I had these, orangutan guamas on there. But I mean, because I had no choice, because the board spinders, if you will, I don't know what else you would call them. I don't really have all the names down, but those things would have had to been way higher for any small, bigger wheels to be on here. So I could do that to the truck, so when I put the trucks on there, the skateboard wouldn't fucking bite. I've been through about 4 boards so far that were decent. I got 3 downstairs decks that I can put back together if I want. The boards are still good. So I got a lot of practice material. I love it. I love longboarding. I just thought I'd go back to longboarding since Brenda left. So cheers, whoever's in, 3 people in. And so I think you really like longboarding. Once you learn how to manipulate, and this is what this is about. Okay, first of all, when you have smaller wheels, you don't want a bunch of sand and aggregate like I got right now on our streets. If you have smaller wheels, you can still slide on that stuff and get grip, but I wouldn't want it because you don't know when a big rock is going to come. So I use the big rock fucking wheels. For that reason, because out here, and especially now, because there's more gravel and aggregate that's loose on top of the pavement, you just want to play it safe. So that's how that works. But I'm just getting a little excited now because I'm telling people, and my board isn't even that expensive. I got a cheap ass longboard here, the deck rather. The trucks, I don't know, I forget, they were probably $70, 60, 70 bucks. I forget. Atlas trucks. The wheels were $100, I think. Limited edition, orangutan guamas. And, but I will tell you this. When I ride this fucking thing, man, I feel like I got like some inner energy keying into me. It doesn't matter I'm going as fast as everyone else yet. It's like I'm generating energy when I go downhill. Now, when somebody says, hey, man, don't you like electric boards? I go, no, I don't. They look at me like, What I say is, I don't like them, probably be kind of fun to check out sometime, but the truth is, I like going downhill because it's like a fucking goddamn, I'm not kidding, guys. I'm not fucking kidding. You're gonna think I'm kooky. You're gonna fucking think I'm kooky. It generates like a fucking dam does. I swear to God. When you go downhill, the energy that goes into you, I know. One lap, chat, there's one in now. Too bad. Oh, so when you go downhill, it's almost, to me, almost supernatural. Something's going on inside my body. Doesn't mean I feel great when I get home. I still feel ragged, tired, worn out, like anyone else. But while I'm doing it, there's something going on inside your brain. When you're going downhill from gravity, I don't know. It's almost like some kind of secret energy is passing into you. I don't know how to explain it. That's why when I go longboarding, I cannot, my mind is in another place. It's like a different vibration, a different energy. It's almost like I'm cutting into another dimension when I'm going downhill. I'm not kidding you. I know it sounds ridiculous, but now if Ryan Leone, on the other hand, says he skates, I want to see a skateboard. If Ryan Leone is a skateboard, that's all I'm saying. I just want to see him skateboard, please. Okay? That's it. I'm not asking much. He's a skateboarder. He said he was. I'm not going to sit there and say he wasn't a skateboarder. I would like to see him skate, though. I just, personally, I just don't like it when people say, yeah, I skate, and then they don't show any footage of them skating. It's not a big deal, but I mean, it does get on my nerves. Not everyone else's probably, which is the most important thing, right? But it kind of gets on my nerves as an individual. Because I'll be honest with you, man. I like to share a note on skating. If you say you can skate, then let's talk. I'm all ears. I only have a year and a month of experience, so I enjoy skating. It's just, I don't like vert because vert feels like I'm pressured to do tricks, and a lot of longboarders will also pressure you to do tricks. 5. Come here. 5. The dog is whimpering. I gotta check it out. I'll be right back. What are you doing? Are you all right, buddy? All right, just making sure. I had to check on you. So yeah, it's just like, look, man. Nobody has to. God damn it! My dog knocks my coffee more over ever than anyone else, even me. And now I got coffee all over the fucking floor. God damn it, Brian. Shit. I love you too, but that was an unnecessary move. God damn. I love you too. I know you didn't mean to, 5. I get it. But every time you do that, it's like every fucking time. And now I got a towel. Oh, all right, so. Hey, 5, stop. Thank you. So, he was chasing his tail. So if you want to learn on longboard, I would say the steps taken to begin with are, first of all, if you know how to skate already, you're going to just get used to a heavier board, heavier wheels, sturdier trucks, 10mm core type shit. And you just want to make sure that you look at the roads that you're going to be on and try to, you can always go on a raw run, which is just, not even a clue if there's boulders in the road, type of road, which I don't do that. I always check out a road going up it. So I look at the road out the car before I go down. or me walking up the hill. I look at the road, see where all the potholes are and shit like that. And yeah, I am related to fucking Nirvana, Kurt Cobain. I'm just kidding. I just thought I'd throw that in there. But yeah, if you skate, let's share on that note. Let's talk about it. I mean, yeah, you know, just because you fucking got whatever, maybe 20,000 subs, 15,000 subs, don't be shy about skating. If you're going to say it, let's talk. Now, look, I'm not better than anyone else. I enjoy the fucking sport, though. So, like anyone that would go to a soccer game, you would talk about the soccer game, you know, before and after. So, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to force people to, like I'm some lonely motherfucker, but it could be true in a certain way. I mean, in the sense that, you know, I'm just fresh into it, year and a month. Just started doing live streams, and I'm glad, you know, sometimes I get like one person talking in my live stream. That's awesome. You know, I only got 40 subscribers. A lot of people are embarrassed to talk to me in my past rants because they don't know how to accept that kind of personality. You know, they think they have a fucking clue and shit. Eventually, what it comes down to is everybody thinks they got a clue to what's up. Me, I personally feel like, you know, I found some form of nirvana. I was just saying I was related to him as a joke, but I found some form of nirvana. I gain energy and, you know, almost an alpha state, like from when I'm making music or something sometimes, to where I'm making some supernatural connection, going downhill with gravity. I know it's, you know, it's out there, but it doesn't really matter. And plus, it empowers me to think like that. Number one, it empowers you without an ego necessarily. I mean, of course, you should have one in place, a good ego, to empower yourself so that when you're going downhill, you don't have the fear when something does start to take place, like maybe a minor speed wobble starts to erupt. It's not going to be a volcano, don't panic. That's the key to longboarding. It'll only be a volcano when you panic, because at that point, maybe even your foot will start to shake, okay? Because then you're panicking. So the point is, and also, Carvin, pay attention to even the fast motherfuckers. They do the same thing. They do this shit. Like that. And it always slows you down just a little without sliding, and it also straightens out a speed wobble. But if you don't do that, when you're having a speed wobble, bad move. Now, some people correct their speed wobble with just putting more weight on the front. They're not even paranoid to do what I mean, they don't even really have to do that. They're probably so good at straightening their speed wobble from just managing where their foot and the weight is near the front truck. They can probably get rid of them that way alone, probably from hardware quality as well. So, you know, you just look at it like that. You got super good quality equipment, and then you're going to fucking feel that board like it's part of you. And I'm not trying to get too epic about it, but I do like longboarding. There is one person in here now. I'm getting ready to end this stream. It's almost 55 minutes. Yeah, I usually do like an hour-long stream. And just for the hell of it, because I wanted to talk about that goddamn truck adapter. And that truck adapter for the, you know, for a fucking skateboard, it would make my skateboard, which is already pretty high, to go even higher. I'd fucking look like I was on some kind of new contraption at that point. I wouldn't even be on a skateboard. You know, and so no, I would never use that to go fast downhill. Now, it doesn't mean it won't work. It's just no one's done it on YouTube yet. Do I want to be the first one? Fuck, I don't think so. That thing would top side. You know, I would be creeped out by a top side. So that's at the end of the day with this live stream. A little bit of longboarding. I didn't really know what I was going to talk about. I may have said multiple topics and just went directly into longboarding because I was considering doing a video instead of a live stream. And that's how I roll sometimes. But yeah, so I enjoyed the live stream, even though there was only Brenda. There was actually fucking 3 people on tonight. Two of them so far haven't said anything. Somebody's just in here. One person without saying anything. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go play around before it turns dark with my skateboard a little more. Maybe I'll try to get some video, but it's not. I don't think it's light enough out. So we'll see what's up.